Brothers, it's time to watch another frightening film. Today, we will see a Korean horror movie called Ghost Train. Late at night, he slowly awakens inside a subway train car. There is a woman with bandages on her head. She looks sorrowful and dejected because of unsuccessful plastic surgery. Simultaneously, a lively young student sits across from him, glowing with youth. However, that girl also appears unhappy with her nose. She feels sad looking at the results of the surgery on her face. Without realizing, the girl becomes aware that the bandaged woman is staring directly at her. Suddenly, a peculiar anxiety courses through her entire body, and she finds the woman's eyes frighteningly dark and empty. The girl decides to get up and leave, planning to board the next train. As she begins to forget the odd person from the previous car, an eerie and frightening voice whispers in her ear, "Your nose is very beautiful." When she looks towards the voice, she is paralyzed with shock because the same bandaged woman has followed her like an apparition. The girl becomes terrified. Her eyes begin to gleam with fear and uncertainty. That voice echoes once more. The woman with the bandages continues to compliment her nose. The girl manages to mumble a thank you, but her heart is flooded with such terror that her very soul trembles. The voice keeps repeating, "Your nose is very beautiful." And when the girl turns to look, there is such a horrifying smile on the face of the woman before her that it makes her blood run cold. The woman's gaze is fixed intently on the girl's nose. The girl notices an unknown substance in the woman's hand. Frightened, she dashes toward the nearby station platform, trying to hide. Afterwards, when the girl glances back again, she is shocked to see that the person has vanished in an instant without a trace. The girl is scared and starts looking around frantically. She never imagined encountering someone so mentally disturbed at the metro station, a person with a desperate need for attention, and who begins to play a bizarre and terrifying game with her, one with no apparent end. At this moment, the girl is astonished to find that nobody around her even noticed the presence of that bandaged woman. Upon hearing the sound of approaching footsteps and the other person's insane behavior, the girl quickly pulls out her phone. However, nothing out of the ordinary appears on the phone's camera, even as the footsteps grow louder. The girl screams in terror as she sees some kind of sharp acid in the other person's hand. She immediately saves herself and starts running, while the bandaged figure chases her with a weird laugh. After some time, the girl quietly hides in a station restroom and calls the police. But the police do not inquire about her location. During the call, a police officer accidentally reveals too much. He asks if she is hiding in a bathroom and even describes the appearance of that deranged woman. Hearing this, the girl is stunned because she had not yet described the attacker. It is then that she hears a low, menacing laugh from the other end of the line. When the girl looks up at the top of the toilet stall, she sees an entire cup of sharp acid aimed directly at her, ready to be thrown in her face at any second. What's even more terrifying is that the exit is completely blocked. Finally, the girl dies from the sharp acid in the bathroom of Guangning Station. It is said that more than 40 people have gone missing or lost their lives at this Guangning Station. It's as if this place is a direct doorway to hell, concealing some terrible and evil truth. And the station master of Guangning Station, Master Old Choi, is steeped in all sorts of rumors and tales every day. He knows all the scary stories circulating within the station. He had just finished telling the story of the bandaged woman to Mina, who was sitting in front of him. Mina is a video blogger who focuses on horror content and is part of an MCN agency. Recently, her videos have been receiving fewer and fewer views. That is why she visits the notorious Guangning Station for its strange incidents, hoping to cover some truly frightening events. Just as she hoped, after uploading a video about the bandaged woman, her channel's metrics show a clear increase. After tasting this success, Mina goes back to Guangning Station to meet Master Old Choi, asking if he has more scary stories. This time, she also brings a bottle of fine, aged liquor. Seeing such an expensive drink, Old Choi's face lights up with happiness, and while drinking it, he begins to tell Mina another story. Adu was a young man who failed a very difficult college entrance exam. Normally, he always had a gloomy expression. Whether it was a person or an animal in front of him, he would mock anyone he saw. One day, while drunk, he was insulting an old man. At that moment, he noticed a strange woman standing nearby, constantly bumping her head against the train door's glass. Just then, the train stops at a metro station and people start disembarking quickly. But nobody else seems to notice that strange woman. As soon as the train starts moving again, the sound of the woman's head hitting the train grows even louder. She is pressed against the metal wall, as if deliberately trying to catch Adu's attention. The old man sitting across from him becomes scared and immediately moves to the next compartment. Adu, who acts carefree on the outside, is actually quite timid on the inside. He also runs to the next car. Then, to appear normal, he yells insults at that woman and starts playing games on his mobile phone. At the same time, his mother calls to ask how Adu is doing. Adu lies, saying he is studying in class. But his mother already knows from the teacher that he hasn't attended his tuition classes for the past 2 months. Adu hangs up the phone angrily. Right after this, his mother receives several messages telling her that a 20-year-old girl at Guangning Station has committed suicide by jumping onto the tracks due to poor academic results. She warns her son not to make a wrong decision. Seeing the video of the girl who killed herself, Adu's arms go limp. The girl's clothes and her mannerisms are exactly the same as those of the woman he saw earlier. He turns around in fear. At this moment, Adu falls completely silent and understands he has come face to face with something unholy. And the old man sitting in that compartment was also not a normal person. It is as if he has fallen under the influence of a shadow. He begins to act strangely. He starts making unnatural movements, like bumping against metal. As soon as Adu turns back, that woman stands in front of him for a moment. His mind goes completely blank. Only his eyes remain wide open, darting between that old man and that woman. Suddenly, the train car's electricity goes out and darkness envelops everything. He takes out his mobile phone and starts looking around. But both the old man and that woman have disappeared. Somehow, Adu regains his senses. His face is drenched in sweat. That's when the metro stops at a station. Without a second thought, he runs out of the compartment. The strange thing is, this station is where the most bizarre incidents occur, Guangning Station. Adu sees the police's yellow warning tape ahead of him. This is the exact spot where that girl committed suicide. That's when he hears the same bumping sound again. He glances over his shoulder and realizes he has not yet escaped this nightmare. A cold wave of fear shoots through his heart. Tears stream from Adu's eyes. After hearing this story, Mina is completely absorbed. She has many questions on her mind and she asks Old Choi how he came to know about this story. But even after Mina asks repeatedly, Old Choi does not answer. Instead, he shouts loudly that he is drunk. After this, he lies down on the bed and falls into a deep, drunken sleep. Later, when the station is empty, Mina films all the necessary shots for her video at Guangning Station. After finishing her work, she calls her boss, Ahao, and asks him to analyze the video and give his opinion. After watching, Ahao feels it's not just a story. The content feels interesting and fast-paced. But one thing bothers him. Why is there a human-like shadow inside the metro station's vending machine? The more the two of them watch the video, the more suspicious it seems. That is why, the next night, Mina goes to Old Choi again with more alcohol. Faced with Mina's persistent questions, he tells a strange story related to that vending machine. He says that once, a man who used to go to the office took the metro daily. But after being fired from his company, he drowned himself in alcohol. His life was completely ruined, and he became a homeless man. One day, he wanted to eat a bowl of hot instant noodles. but he only had 2,001 and was 501 short. He had also found these coins by accident near the vending machine. Then, that homeless man finds a strange red coin. He doesn't know what this coin is for, so he keeps it in his pocket. Then a security guard who harasses him shows up daily and takes away all his collected money. The homeless man stands in front of the vending machine, filled with anger and helplessness, staring at a can of cola. Then he suddenly notices something. The price of the cola is exactly the same as the red coin in his hand. As a test of fate, he inserts the coin into the machine and actually gets the cola. But as soon as he opens the can, the sound of a man vomiting in front of him grabs his attention. The homeless man turns to look at him. Then he pulls the ring on the can. Unfortunately, the can is empty. He starts cursing angrily, but this action changes the course of his life. When he looks up again, the man who was vomiting has suddenly disappeared. All that's left on the ground is a pair of leather shoes and some clothes. And, from somewhere, 2 red coins appear. At first, the homeless man doesn't take this seriously. He goes to a convenience store with the banknotes from the clothes and has a filling meal. But that 5,001 runs out very fast, and in the end, he is left with only a few loose coins. After a brief period of enjoyment, when he is out of money again, he returns to the station in the darkness. But as soon as he does, another vending machine seems to appear behind him. Looking at the red packaged cola inside, he suspects the can might be empty. But he also begins to understand the real purpose of these empty cans. The homeless man quickly retrieves the can from the vending machine and holds it. His malicious desires start to grow without limit. At the same time, the security guard who always bothers him arrives. Seeing the homeless man in decent clothes, the guard is convinced he must have money again and approaches him. Simultaneously, the homeless man carefully aims the can and pulls the ring. Suddenly, the security guard's body undergoes a strange transformation and he slowly disappears. In the end, only a pile of clothes remains on the ground. The homeless man backs away in fear because he doesn't understand what illogical power is at work. Then he sees the vanished security guard thrashing around madly inside the vending machine. The homeless man then realizes this is a can that consumes people. Looking at the 3 coins that have fallen on the ground again, he dreams of becoming rich. After this, he completely sheds his old, cowardly self and roams the station, targeting passengers. He loots all their belongings and throws their clothes into a toilet stall. As the number of victims rises rapidly, the homeless man's life becomes more and more chaotic, and he becomes a complete slave to his greed. But it is said the madder a person becomes, the sooner they are punished. One night, he returns to the station drunk, as usual. Then he sees a man standing near the scary vending machine, wearing the same clothes. The homeless man tries to look closely, but the more he looks, the more he feels something is wrong. Then suddenly, he feels nauseous, bends over, and starts vomiting loudly. This action catches the attention of the man standing in front, who slowly turns around and looks at him. Only then does he realize the man standing before him is his own former self, the person he used to be when he was homeless. In the end, in a race fueled by his greed, he is devoured by his own alternate form. These dark stories are used as scripts. After doing this, Mina's videos suddenly start going viral. In her company's rankings, she who used to be at the bottom is now in the top 3. Her colleague Lena, who was always considered below her, suddenly becomes jealous. To capitalize on this trend, Lena, who is a beauty blogger, also goes to Guangning Station to do a live stream. Suddenly, the train brakes hard, Lena falls, and she scrambles to get away. She grabs a handrail to keep her balance, but her right hand brushes against an unknown wire. She quickly wipes her hand with a tissue, but the next day, 3 red spots appear on her palm. Anxious, Lena goes straight to the hospital. The doctor asks if she touched anything dirty or suspicious. Lena remembers what happened in the metro yesterday. The doctor says it is a bacterial infection and gives Lena some medicine. He also tells her to monitor the situation for a few days. On her way back home, Lena runs into her competitor, Mina. Lena greets her with a smile and wishes her success. But in reality, they are not just rivals. They also both secretly have feelings for their boss, Ahau. While they are talking, suddenly Lena's nose starts bleeding profusely, and it won't stop. She runs directly into a washroom. It is clearly abnormal to bleed like this. As Lena bleeds in fear, suddenly numerous small holes appear all over her body. Seeing this, her eyes widen in horror. At the same time, she hears someone approaching. Fearing recognition, Lena hides in a toilet stall. But over time, those small holes begin to spread from her arms to her entire body. Scared, she takes out the medicine. But because she can't accept the truth, her hands shake violently, and the medicine falls to the ground. A passing fan picks up the medicine. Lena doesn't dare ask for help and yells at the fan to leave. In a short while, greenery starts sprouting from those holes, and plants begin to grow on her body. Finally, Lena collapses in that same cabin forever, transforming into a plant. Although this death is very painful, in her own way, she dies a beautiful death as she might have wished. The scene changes, and Mina goes to the station master, Old Choi, once more. She asks him if he has ever heard of the Guangning cult. Actually, during her investigation, Mina discovered that Guangning Station used to be the church of that cult. To make their leader immortal, at that time, 40 followers committed mass suicide. This is the reason why people die mysteriously at Guangning Metro Station. To get more views, Mina wants to interview members of the Guangning cult. She asks the station master if he knows anything about their whereabouts. The station master is reluctant to give this information at first and advises Mina to stay away. But once a person gets a taste of success, it becomes very difficult to stop. The station master tells Mina how to meet them. He says every night at 3:24 a.m., a special train arrives at the station. If she boards that train, she can find them. At that moment, there are only 4 minutes left until the train arrives. Mina waits eagerly. Then she hears a cat's meow and walks in that direction. All the platform lights suddenly turn on, and a middle-aged man is sitting in front of her with a cat carrier on his back. At the same time, the train enters the station right on schedule. Mina enters the train without much thought and sits down nearby. When she looks back, the man is still sitting on the bench and does not board. Mina breathes a sigh of relief. But then the man suddenly appears right in front of her inside the train. Mina shivers. But no matter what she does, she feels as if a magnet is pulling the man's eyes towards her. As soon as Mina gets up to walk away, the man immediately stands up and follows her. Then Mina realizes there is no cat in the carrier. It's her own head inside. Right after Mina gets off the train, the next scene shows her going to work at her company. At the same time, 2 police officers arrive there. The reason is that Mina's video became very popular and caught the police's attention. During their investigation, the police discover that the station master mentioned in her video died 3 years ago. The actual station master of Guangning Station is someone else named Old Wong, not Old Choi. As soon as she hears this, Ahau immediately goes to Guangning Station with Mina. At the same time, an old, dilapidated train slowly stops at the platform. Mina goes forward and enters a train car where she finds the walkie-talkie of Station Master Old Choi. She picks it up and tries to make a call. After a little while, Old Choi's voice is heard. Old Choi narrates the story of his death step by step. That night, he was on duty with his co-worker, Xiaoma. Then he saw a strange shadow on the CCTV that was blocking the tracks. Old Choi thought a drunk was wandering there, so he sent Xiaoma to investigate. But even after half an hour, Xiaoma did not return and had completely vanished. Old Choi had to go look for her. While searching for her, a very old train suddenly arrives. Being the station master, Old Choi tries to go forward and investigate. But the train suddenly speeds up, and she doesn't know where it's taking her. She only feels an intense, terrible heat inside the compartment. The temperature is so high that her leather shoes begin to melt. Then she sees Xiaoma through the window. Seeing her, a wave of relief washes over her heart. But as time passes, she realizes it's not Xiaoma herself, but her mobile phone, being held by a mysterious person. That person is definitely the leader of the Guangning cult. Shortly after, the train starts moving again and slowly pulls Old Choi into its dark grasp. After learning the whole truth, Mina understands her current predicament. This church of the Guangning cult is a place from which there is no escape. During this time, the train starts moving slowly, and Mina is also being taken so she can become a victim for the cult leader. As the train moves away, Mina suddenly sees that Old Choi's face has changed into hairs. Then she realizes that Old Choi was not the real station master but the evil cult leader in disguise. Now he is going to use Mina's body to locate her boss, Ahau. And with this mystery, the story of the ghost train ends here.